نحمده ونستعينه ونستغفره ونستهديه ونعوذ بالله من شرور أنفسنا ومن سيئات أعمالنا من يهده الله فهو المهتد ومن يضلل فلن تجد له هاديا مرشدا وأشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له وأشهد أن سيدنا محمدا عبده ورسوله أدى الأمام وهو إمام الشافعين أدى الأمانة وبلغ الرسالة ونصح الأمة وكشف الأمة. أما بعد عباد الله، فإن أصدق الحديث كتاب الله وخير الهدي هدي محمد صلى الله عليه وسلم وشر الأمور محدثاتها وكل محدثة بدعة وكل بدعة ضلالة. أما بعد، الله سبحانه وتعالى يقول في كتابه العزيز: قد أفلح المؤمنون الذين هم في صلاتهم خاشعون. Truly, they are the successful, the believers, those who are achieve the state of khushoo in their prayers. And also Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala mentioned in the Quran, أَلَمْ يَأْنِ الَّذِينَ آمَنُوا أَن تَخْشَعَ قُلُوبُهُمْ لِذِكْرِ اللَّهِ وَمَا نَزَلَ مِنَ الْحَقِّ. And there not the time comes for the believer that their hearts would be in a state of khushuu and tremblance with remembering Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. This is also including the prayer. So what is the khushuu? We'd like to know what is the khushuu. Why some people come to the prayer and they wouldn't know how many rak'ah they did pray, what did they recite in their prayer. And the best example for that, our Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam. The way to achieve khushuu, as hadith Rasulullah sallallahu when he said, "Pray as you have seen me pray." This is the way to achieve khushuu. We starting with the meaning of khushuu. Khushuu, it is a state of submissiveness to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, a state of humility. It is not including one single word. It is a mix of intense feeling or state of heart and mind. The khushuu includes the presence of your heart in front of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. When you are able to bring your heart in front of Allah, this is the state of khushuu. The khushuu includes a state of fear, a state of joy, a state of pleasure. When Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam said that, "Arihna ya Bilal bis-salah." Also when he say, "Ju'alat qurrat ayn fi salah," it's pleasure of my eyes is the prayer. Oh Bilal, give us the relief with the prayer. All this, when he comes into the prayer, he feels the pleasure, he feels the state of comfort, a state, so you are in a state of hope and fear in the same time, a state of serenity, a state of silence. وَخَشَعَتِ الْأَصْوَاتِ لِلرَّحْمَنِ. At the day of judgment, all the voices, all the sounds will be in a state of serenity and silence in the presence of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. This all including the meaning of khushuu. Also the khushuu is a state of your heart when you are protected from the shaitan. The shaitan does not come near a heart when he's in a state of khushuu. This is what Ibn al-Qayyim had said. So we're trying to look what are the Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. One time he was sitting in the mosque, and a man he came into the mosque, and then he prayed 2 rak'ah, and when he finished came to Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and he said assalamu alaikum, and he said beside Rasulullah, and then he told Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, said to him, go back and pray, and he did not pray. The man, he went back and he prayed again, and then he came back to Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and then he said the same thing to him, go back and pray, as he did not pray. And he did it 3 times, and then he came to Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Oh, the Prophet Allah, I swear with the one who sent you with the truth, this is all the best of my knowledge, the best I know. So teach me, O Prophet, the Messenger of Allah. Then Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam told him, if you come to the prayer, make your wudu properly. Isbagh al-wudu. This is the first corner of khushuu. The khushuu does not start with the prayer itself. You have to start before the prayer. So you have to know what you do before the prayer. So if you, the hadith of Rasulullah told him, if you come to the prayer, make your wudu properly, and then come to the spot where you're going to pray, and then raise your hand and saying Allahu Akbar, feeling the greatness and the glory of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and then recite what you have from the Quran. It's not necessary that you have a long surah of Quran to achieve khushu'. اقرأ ما تيسر لك من القرآن, whatever you have from the Quran, and then make your ruku' until you achieve the tranquility in your ruku', and then stand up until you achieve the tranquility. So do not rush in your sujood or your ruku', and then go and make your sujood until you achieve tranquility in your sujood, and then sit up in the sitting position until you achieve tranquility with your right foot perpendicular on the left foot while you're sitting on the left leg. This is hadith Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam. So this is the way you should pray, in the way of the way Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wasallam. Then we will emphasize few things in that. When you start making your wudu, you have to feel that you be able to bring the greatness of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in your wudu, knowing that when the water comes in your face, when you wash your face with the water, all the sins committed with your eyes will be cleansed with the water, and all the sins committed with your hands also will be cleansed with the water. So knowing that, this would help you to achieve a state of the khushu'. Also, when you're reciting the Quran, you have to live with the contemplation of the meaning of the ayat you're reciting. So you have to know what you're reciting. This is also would help you to achieve the khushu'. One of the other factors to help you to achieving the khushu', when you come in the prayer, do not come running, do not rush. Come before the prayer, come sit down, and you have to achieve the tranquility in every way you do it. Khushu', it is you have to have the ability to concentrate in your prayer. Do not turn away. When you're starting your prayer, when you make your dua and ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, when you direct your face to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the creator of heaven and earth, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will direct his face to you. And you do not, if you turn away your face from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala with any look to the right or to the left or to high, to the sky, this is done by shaitan. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will turn away from you and saying to you, you turn away to something better than me. That's why you have all the time to feel the greatness of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala within your prayer. So the way to achieve khushu'. Hatim al-Asam he has a good saying about the state of the khushu'. When he was asked, tell us about your prayer, he was well known with his khushu' in the prayer. He said that when I come to the prayer, I'll do my wudu properly, usbigh al-wudu, and then I come to the spot where I'm going to pray. So I sit down, so until my body parts, my hearts come together in a collected state, astajma'u all jawarihi, all my body parts will come in a collected state in front of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and then I stand towards the Qibla, raising my hand. When you say Allah, Allahu Akbar, you have to feel that you throw all what's in this world behind you. Do not make your mind busy with anything in this world. Feel the greatness of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And then Hatim al-Asam, he continued his hadith. He said that when I start my prayer, I feel, or I put the Kaaba ahead in front of my eyes, or just above my eyebrows, and the paradise to my right side and the hellfire to my left side, and I put my feet, imagining my feet on the straight path at the day of judgment. And who's behind me is the angel of death. And also I pray my prayer as it is my last prayer. And this is even Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he advised us to pray as this is your farewell prayer, your last prayer. You have to do it in the best way. This is your prayer. Imagine that you're going to meet Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala immediately after this prayer. Also, all this would help you to achieve khushu' in the prayer. Also, Zayn al-Abidin ibn al-Husayn ibn Ali radiallahu anh, he said, they used to say, to see him, once he's starting his wudu, his face becomes very pale, his body becomes shaking just before the prayer, and he's shaking during all the prayer. And they didn't ask him, why this is happening to you? He said, I'm standing in front of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Do you know who I am calling? I'm calling Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala the greatest. And then one time during his sujood, a fire did happen, an accident in his house, and it was a great fire in his house, and they called him that there is a fire in your house. He did not respond to them. He told, and then they did ask him after that. He told them, what's happened? He told them, my mind was busy with a greater fire, the hellfire. And that's why you have to think about the punishment of the hellfire. You have to think about the reward of the paradise. All this is a mixed feeling of the hope and fear. You have to bring all of this together during your prayer. This is a way to achieve khushuu. The khushuu also, or a salah in general, will what are the fruits of that? What are the fruits of khushuu? If you are able to achieve khushuu, inna salata tanha 'anil fahsha'i wal munkar. The prayer and the khushuu will stop you from committing fahsha. Fahsha, any shameless act of words would lead to the zina. And munkar, any evil deeds, even up to shirk, from small sins up to the shirk. All this including al-fahsha wal munkar. The prayer and the khushuu will help you to stop committing al-fahsha and munkar. Also, Rasulullah one time the Sahaba told him that a person such and such, he is lying while he's praying, but he's still praying. And they said about another person that he's stealing while he's praying, while he's still praying. And then Rasulullah told them, leave them. Their prayer will stop them. So it will help you to cleanse you and to stop you from committing sin. This is the fruits from the khushuu. The fruits of the khushuu also, the khushuu is the state of, where is the khushuu? Khushuu is in the heart. That's why there is a strong connection between the khushuu, between iman and between ihsan. All of them, they are in the heart, part of the heart. Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wasallam, one time he saw one of the Sahaba while he's praying, just putting his hand in his beard and putting this and this, and then the Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam said that about this man, if his heart was in a state of khushuu, his body parts will be in a state of khushuu. So the khushuu, it's in the heart. This is the way of Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam said about it. So one also what would help you to achieve the state of khushuu, to increase your iman. The iman will lead to khushuu, and the khushuu will lead to iman. All of them, they lead to one of another. Khushuu and iman and ihsan. Ihsan, that you are when you worship Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, or you're praying to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, just imagine that you thought you seen Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, but you cannot see him. And also you know that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala see you all the time in your prayer. This is a way to achieve ihsan. Ihsan is a higher grade than iman, and all of them will lead to khushuu. They are a strong connection between them. They are all of them based on the heart. The heart is affected by factors, comes from the or signals come from what you see, from your eyesight, what you hear from through your ears, and through your words by your tongue. So all these three signals come together in the heart, and they also would affect the iman, would affect the khushuu, would affect the ihsan. All of them, they come together, signal and contain the heart. The heart, like a vessel or a container, contain, and all what's in the heart will be reflected on you, reflected on your words and your action, all of them. Also, Ibn al-Qayyim said that the way you pray is the way you show Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala what's in your heart. So all of us, we have to concentrate about the state of our heart, and also concentrate to achieve the khushuu through the state of your heart. And also in the khushuu, you have to contemplate and think about the ayat you're reading all the time. When you're making your ruku', when you say Subhanallah, Subhan Rabbiyal Azim, you think about the greatness of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, glorifying Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in all act of the prayer. And also in your sujood, you are at the closest point to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Make your dua when you glorify Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, when you're saying Subhana Rabbiyal A'la, and you're making your dua sincerely. So it is one of the other factors that are very important in your actions is the sincerity. action to be accepted has to be sincerely for the sake of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, has to be on the way of Sunnah Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam to be accepted, to be lifted up. Also, one of the Sahaba said, Ubadah ibn Samit said that the first thing will be taken away from you is the khushoo, and the last thing will be taken away from you is the prayer. And even it's the time will come that you enter the masjid where are the people praying jama'ah, you barely see a one person in a state of khushuu. Are we living at that time? We have to concentrate on our prayer. We're trying to achieve our khushuu, trying to become closer to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, making that this is our last prayer that we ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to accept. Also the dua is a very important factor to achieve the khushuu. Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam used to say, Allahumma inni a'udhu bika min qalbin la yakhsha. Oh, I seek refuge with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala from the heart which does not achieve the khushuu. A lot of people, they said, the khushuu, it is a state of humbleness. You feel your humility. You feel that you are nothing in front of the greatness of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. شعور الانكسار أمام عظمة الله سبحانه وتعالى. You feel the greatness of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in your prayer. You feel you glorify Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in all the actions of the prayer with sincerity, that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala may accept our prayer. أقول قولي هذا وأستغفر الله العظيم لي ولكم.